Good evening, everyone. My name is Laurence Difelice. Welcome to my daily update on financial markets and investments. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about financial markets, what's going on particularly in China, and then I'm going to talk about the importance of consistency in your investments and of course in your life too. So quickly on to China. What has happened in China? As I have mentioned some days ago, it seems like the Chinese regulators have used Alibaba as an example to spread a little bit of fear among technology groups, in particular regarding their antitrust policies and laws. And what does this exactly mean in common language for, I guess, the majority of my audience, or some of my audience? I don't want to offend anybody. Antitrust laws are laws that focus on ensuring that there's fair competition and that there are no groups that are forming cartels or monopolies within technology, in this case in particular in China. This is particularly important because I feel that for an economy to work and for markets to be efficient, you cannot only have a group of big conglomerates working independently, so not integrating themselves with other groups of technology, and I guess dominating or over-dominating the market. So this is not healthy for financial markets, it's not healthy for the economies, and again, it's simply not healthy to just have, some distinct groups monopolizing, dominating the tech scene. And again, even if it's not technology in any other industry, although it happens, it's just not healthy when these groups have like policies to prevent the integration or access of other customers to the technology. An example that I could give you, it's like, I don't know, that you would want to make a payment through Facebook onto a different type of brand that is not owned by Facebook, and that Facebook would block and prevent you from doing this. So that's really what is happening in China. The Chinese regulators have issued a warning of 1 month for the 34 key technology players to fix this, and they have warned that who does not comply with the new rules can be severely punished, so probably fined or perhaps even more severe consequences, whatever those might be. What does this exactly mean in the immediate term? With my experience working on financial regulation, a lot of times these laws are subjective and they are not clear enough. So I think these 34 tech groups that are mentioned today in the news, Chinese tech groups, must be under severe pressure, because although they will put a lot of controls in place and fix their antitrust laws, sometimes there's a lot of subjectivity with these laws and there can be tremendous consequences. So I don't want to get into too many technicalities, but that's what's happening in China. So let's talk about consistency and why consistency is so important, not only in your life, but also when investing, and what you can do to make sure you are improving your levels of consistency in whatever you want to achieve or in whatever you want to do on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual basis. So ultimately, I think you have to understand what's important for you. Is it sports? Is it making money? Is it spending time with your family? Is it, devoting time to your friends? Is it a bit of each? And how you can monitor this to an extent that you can be consistent throughout, a period of time. Ideally, a long period of time, because this is what shows your consistency. And using the example of today, I've committed myself to doing these videos during 100 days. And again, sometimes it really sucks because you are tired, you are exhausted, you don't have ideas, you don't know what you're going to speak about but you're still here trying to create an audience and providing and building content for your audience. And this applies in anything else, whether it's sticking to your investment principles, whether it's doing sports, whether it's spending time with your girlfriend, whether it's spending time with your family. And ultimately, there's an intrinsic connect between consistency and discipline, because if you are not sticking to your plan throughout the period of time, the truth is you are going to fail. If you don't have a plan, you won't have a reference, you won't have a vision that you can follow or a plan that you can follow. And I think this is so important and increasingly important in everything you do in life. And some people are against having plans or against being ultra consistent. But again, unless you're ultra talented, you won't be collecting, and I guess, the benefits or returns of your efforts if you are not consistent. The truth is, if you are not consistent in things that are important to you, why will you be consistent perhaps making money or spending time with your friends or going to the gym? So I think it's so important to have some sort of plan and commit to it regardless, So, go running whether it's snowing or if the sun is shining, go to the gym whether you're tired or not, and stick to this plan. And ultimately, I'm doing that also with these videos, and I think it's so important when investing, because if you're not consistent in these 2, 3, 4 things that are important for you in life, why on earth do you think you'll be consistent in generating returns or making money? And ultimately, this is so important in the investment space, because if you are investing money for clients, for instance, you are measured on your historical track record. And if this is not consistent, probably you're not a very appealing investor. Regardless if you have, in some years had massive returns and in other years had pretty poor returns, I think if I was going to put my money on someone or some fund to invest, I would look at the consistency of their returns. Not if they have a massively good year or a massively bad year, but how consistent have they been throughout the period of time, and what has been their forecasting accuracy. So I've mentioned here a lot of information. I hope you guys can reflect a bit on it. Please, if you want to achieve anything, make a plan, stick to it, be consistent, adapt, improve it, but stick to your game plan. And again, if you are able to do this, the chances are that you will also be able to be consistent with your returns. That's all really for today. If you have any questions, drop them to me. Please drop a like, drop some comments, share some love. And again, guys, I wish you an amazing evening wherever you are. Keep connected and take care. Thank you.